What's good, Wealth Builders? It's the man, Wealthbuilderz himself, back again with another video. I was talking to an associate of mine, and we were talking about, the dating game, and then we started talking about life in general, and we were talking, right? And he was saying to me that he was tired of the way, everybody seems like, you gotta do something for them. You gotta pay for something. You gotta provide something. You gotta give something to get something, right? Like, what happened to the days where we would just, you didn't have to make a certain money to get a certain caliber of female, or your kids will love you based on just you being who you are. You know what I'm saying? And I started to think, and I started, in my response, I was like, well, I want you to understand something. 95% of life is transactional. So what does that mean, Devon? Relax. I'm gonna give you some. I'm gonna get you something. You're gonna get something. As my boy Neuro Knowledge would say. I watch this video so much, I'm mimicking him. Nah, man, Neuro Knowledge, that's a really cool cat. If you don't know about Neuro Knowledge, I advise you to, do your research. Check him out. It's NERO Knowledge. Another favorite YouTuber of mine is Mike Rashid. There's a few. I have like a list of 5. Go off the top of my head: Mike Rashid, Neuro Knowledge, Brandon. I think it's Brandon Carter. I think that's his last name. Another fitness guy. But anyhow, that's not the point of this video. Anyhow, 95% of life is transaction, right? Let's really think about it. You met your wife, boyfriend, whoever they are, right? Whatever your preference is. You met your significant other. 9 times out of 10, the reason they want to be with you is not just because you make them laugh, not just because you got good, horizontal skills, and sometimes vertical skills. It's because you provide something. You're a provider. You help them, okay? You help them in some way, shape, or form in their life, right? Your mom. Yeah, when you're little, it's not so transactional. But let's think about it, right? Your mom wouldn't like you so much if you didn't help around the house. That's transactional. That's a barter. Hey, do your chores, you get to go outside. That's a barter. That's a transaction right there. You give something, you get something, right? Your mom call you up when you're grown. Hey, can you help me out with the groceries? Can you help me out and pay my light bill? Can you help me out and pay my car note? Now, you can say no, and she'll still have some love for you. She'll probably be understanding, maybe. But 9 times out of 10, she ain't gonna like you as much as if you'd have paid that bill, right? If you helped her out, if you threw $100 or so, or $200 or so, she'd have been like, okay, my son is great. My daughter's great, right? Transactional. Dealing with a significant other, or even dating, super transactional. Now, you ain't gonna get none if you ain't giving none. Know what I mean? Like, think about it like this. If you don't take a girl out on a date that she really wants to go out on, 9 times out of 10, she gonna write you off like, whatever, right? No matter how the conversation goes, no matter how much she thinks you're attractive. But if you're not the type of guy that's taking her out, or even take her out, or show her a good time, spend a little bit of money on her, spend a little bit of cash on her, you ain't going. you ain't gonna get none. And even if you get something, it's gonna be one time. It's gonna be a one time. It's gonna be a one hit quitter. You know what I'm saying? And you might want that, but I'm just saying, like, in reality, everything is transactional. Everything is transactional. Now, the levels of transaction depicts on who you're dealing with, what you're dealing with, the situation, you know, all that good stuff. That all depends on who you're dealing with, right? How the transaction goes. But at the end of the day, everything in life is transactional, my boy. And I really want you guys to understand that, because if you get that in your brain, then you will understand that you need to be on top of your shit. You need to be the best person you can be, right? You need to be financially fit. You need to be mentally fit, physically fit, spiritually fit, right? Really know who you are and what you like, because since life is so transactional, you don't want to be paying for something that you could care less about. You know what I'm saying? Or paying for something you don't really want in your life. You know what I'm saying? You want that woman in your life, especially the beginning of your life, your relationship is going to be transactional. Listen, and it's going to, honestly, it's going to stay transactional, right? Your wife is not going to be happy if you can't take her on a vacation here and there, right? Your wife is not going to be happy if you can't buy her some flowers ever so often, right? If you can't treat her to a nice dinner sometimes. She's not going to be happy if you don't buy her a bag here and there, right? These are all transactions that make someone feel a certain way about you. So yes, life is transactional. Now, some people, everything about them is transactional, right? They won't move unless somebody paying. They won't give unless somebody giving, right? Gold diggers and, you know, women, their men are the gold diggers too. Don't get it twisted, right? These people, all they live their life by is a transaction, which, hey, to each his own. So again, there's levels of transactional people. You know what I'm saying? Like your kids, they're transactional, right? Listen, your kids are always gonna ask you for money, right? And you're always gonna be like, listen, do your chores and I'll give you this, right? Do this, I'll give you this if you do this. If you have good grades, I'll buy you some sneakers. Transaction. If you're good in school, if you have good behavior and graduate, or college, whatever case means, you graduated college, I bought you a car. Transaction. Listen, there's no level in this world that does not have a transaction attached to it. That's just my belief, man. Maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'm right. I don't know. Just leave in the comments how you feel, right? Do you think that I'm right? Do you think that I'm wrong? Do you have a view about this type of topic? Let me know, please. Give me some feedback. Let the brother know. Anyhow, thanks for watching. Thanks for being a subscriber. Thanks for being a wealth builder. Subscribe to the channel. Check out the links in the description. If you want to learn how to get business funding for your business, check out the link in the description and get started today. Until next time, it's the man, it's the myth, the wealth builder himself, signing off for 95% of life is transactional. Prove me wrong. Until next time, wealth builders, make more, save more, build more. Peace.